it's, it's Saturday afternoon, and I'm sitting here answering questions on Lesko Help. Now, here's a question, and this fellow really applying for our $1,000 grant that we give every month. We give out $20,000 worth of grants every month to members, and they get either $1,000 or $500. But his problem is that he doesn't have much money, and he now has an electricity bill, that is so big he hasn't been able to pay for it. He owes like $1,300, to the utility company, and they're threatening to shut him off. So here's what I tell them, and this is what everybody can do now: is first of all, their government, the Biden grant program. There's two big Biden grant programs that have utility grants in them. One is if you have a mortgage, and one is if you're a renter. So there's two organizations that you have all the places locally to apply for those. So what you want to do is find where to, if you have a mortgage, you find out where to apply for that mortgage help that has utility money with it. So maybe you can get just the utility, or maybe you get the mortgage payment and the utility and stuff like that. And the same for the rental. So if you're a rental, so here's the mortgage one, and you go to this website, and I'll put this in the links. I'll put all the websites in the description below. It's ncsha.org. Okay. And you go there, and when you get to that page, you'll see a whole listing of all the programs where to apply in your state. Okay, so we have the same thing for rentals. And here, the National Low Income Housing Coalition. So they have another list, state by state, where to apply. Because if you go Google this, you never find it. Okay, so that's the first thing you do. Okay, now that either will work and you solve your problem, or it won't and you need more. And then you start looking for local programs. See, mortgage, rent, utilities, not only are there national programs, there's local programs. How do you find them? There's two databases you start using. One is called findhelp.org, and the other one is 211.org. You go to both of them, and you put in your zip code, and they keep track of just nonprofit and government programs that pay for these. So you put in utilities. Okay. Now, when you put in utilities, you'll see there are probably 20, 30 programs where you live, that help with utility payments. Now what you want to do is just don't look at the utility program. You call every one of those. If you don't call every one of those, you're going to lose because what they put on the website is old, it's new, or whatever. It doesn't, whatever. No, you have to dig in, get your phone, get on the phone, and start calling these people. And because if they can't help you, they also know other people who can. That's the only way to solve the problem. If you think you're going to go on the internet, bing, bam, bam, fill out a form, and no, you got to roll up your sleeves. Okay, roll up your sleeve and get in there and start working this. Man, it took you a long time to get into trouble. It's going to take you some time to get out of it. So it's the same thing with the federal programs that you're going to have to call and probably be bounced around and everything. Okay, but that's two major places. Okay, so I gave you 4 websites so far. Okay, here's the next website. You want to go to commoncause.org, and then you put in your zip code there, and you find all your elected officials. Okay, now, so if you're really hurt, you don't want to be thrown out, right? You don't want to lose, in the winter and lose your heat. Okay, you call every one of those elected officials. They all get money and paid to do this. It's not like you're interrupting their day. You are probably, but it's their job. Some of them won't, you got idiots and assholes everywhere. So it may or may not work also, but they're in the business to do this. They're in the business to try to find help for you. So this is what you do. Find those people whose job it is to solve that kind of problem. And they're all listed here. You'll never find them on Google because Google you're looking for money to pay for something or whatever. All you're going to get is banks are going to sell you money or loan sharks that are going to break your bones if you don't pay them back. No, you'd rather go to the people that are giving it free because they don't charge, they don't break bones. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So now you got what, we got four already. Oh no, five. That's five. Okay, now we got one more. This is interesting too because you're worried about losing your home. No, so if you don't pay your utility bill, or whatever, and they may yada yada. Well, there's all kind of laws on that, and the big companies that make you pay stuff, they know the laws on their side, but you have to know the laws on your side. You can't go to a gunfight with a a pea shooter. So you got to get armed. And that's what this is, justshelter.org. They give you free legal help for every state on what your rights are so they can't throw you out in the street. Okay. So you want to know that none of this costs you a penny. And all of these are people that are in the living every day to help you solve that problem. So you feel alone out there. You feel, oh shit, I don't have money. What I'm going to do? And all this. I know we all have that, and bills like that becomes an internal problem because it eats away on an inside. So you want to know the options, and finding the options and something to do is going to take work. It's going to take that digging, and you want to know your legal rights, and then that's taking some work too. But it's all there. It's just going to take some work on your part. So start digging. You dig it.